Have you ever felt the crisp bite of winter air and wondered how it touches every part of your body, every pulse and every heartbeat? The cold does not simply brush against your skin. It reaches deeper, influencing circulation, blood pressure, and organs that often go unnoticed until something falters. For those living with chronic kidney disease, the arrival of winter is not just a seasonal shift. It is a challenge, a silent test of resilience that calls for awareness, care, and mindful action. It is easy to underestimate the subtle power of cold exposure. Most people think of winter merely as a time for cozy blankets, hot drinks, and snow-laden landscapes. Yet beneath that serene surface lies a quiet physiological stress that, if ignored, can affect kidney function, disturb the balance of blood pressure, and gradually undermine the body's ability to maintain harmony. This is not a topic reserved for clinical papers or specialized medical conferences. It is a matter of daily living, of choices made every morning when stepping outside, when deciding what to eat, when considering hydration, and when recognizing that the environment can be a force that either supports health or challenges it relentlessly. The teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir remind us that awareness is the first step toward prevention, that knowledge about our own bodies empowers us to act with intention rather than react with fear. By understanding the interplay between temperature, circulation, and kidney function, we equip ourselves with tools to navigate the season with both caution and confidence, embracing winter not as an enemy, but as a landscape to move through wisely. Chronic kidney disease patients often struggle silently with the cold, unaware that even minor temperature drops can trigger vascular constriction, elevate blood pressure, and increase the workload of kidneys already performing tirelessly to filter toxins, balance electrolytes, and maintain fluid equilibrium. Every breath of cold air, every chilly morning, represents a subtle demand on the body, and while many ignore it, the consequences accumulate quietly over time. This is why preparation matters. Not just the right clothing or warm drinks, but a holistic approach that includes consistent hydration, monitoring blood pressure, proper nutrition, and mindful lifestyle choices. It is in these small, deliberate actions that prevention finds its voice. As the body contracts in response to cold, circulation is redirected, prioritizing the warmth of vital organs over extremities. For healthy individuals, this shift is manageable, almost unnoticed. But for someone with compromised kidney function, it can create a ripple effect, disturbing the delicate equilibrium the kidneys maintain daily. The awareness of this risk should not lead to panic. Instead, it should inspire vigilance, a mindset that blends caution with empowerment. Dr. Mathew R. Weir's guidance emphasizes that understanding your body is not an academic exercise. It is a declaration of self-care, a proactive embrace of knowledge to safeguard life itself. To live with chronic kidney disease in winter is to recognize that your environment interacts with your body continuously, and each interaction holds the potential to either protect or challenge your health. By acknowledging these seasonal threats, we begin to craft a lifestyle that honors our kidneys, that respects their labor and vulnerability, and that responds with intention rather than neglect. Imagine stepping outside and feeling the cold not as an indifferent force, but as a signal, a reminder to hydrate, to dress warmly, to manage stress, and to prioritize your health in ways that are simple yet profound. It is in these moments, in the conscious attention to small details, that we exercise the very essence of resilience. The cold, though silent and unassuming, carries the power to shift our internal balance, and it is our responsibility to respond wisely. Through awareness, education, and deliberate action, every winter can become an opportunity, not for risk, but for growth, for deeper understanding of our bodies, and for cultivating habits that sustain kidney health year-round. In embracing this philosophy, inspired by the work of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, we recognize that true strength lies not in resisting the seasons, but in learning from them, listening to the signals our bodies send, and acting with both mindfulness and courage. As winter deepens and the days grow shorter, the risks to kidney health quietly intensify, almost invisible, yet profoundly real. It is in these moments of quiet cold that the body reveals its vulnerabilities, when even the simplest routines, walking to the car, running errands, or stepping outside for fresh air, become subtle tests of endurance and awareness. Chronic kidney disease patients may not always feel the strain immediately, yet beneath the surface, the kidneys are working tirelessly to maintain balance, to regulate blood pressure, to filter impurities, and to manage fluid levels. The cold, with its insistent constriction of blood vessels and its demand for additional circulatory effort, challenges this balance every single day. It is easy to forget that the environment is not neutral. It participates in the rhythm of our health, sometimes lending strength, but often imposing hidden pressures that accumulate silently over time. And here lies the suspense, the moment when the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, when the consequences of inattention can appear suddenly, almost imperceptibly, until a spike in blood pressure, a faint discomfort, or unexpected fatigue signals that something in the system has shifted. It is a reminder that life is fragile, that the body is not separate from the world around it, and that vigilance is not a choice but a necessity. Yet, this awareness is not meant to alarm. Rather, it is an invitation to act with deliberate care, to cultivate habits that honor the labor of the kidneys, and to approach winter with both respect and strategy. Dr. Mathew R. Weir often emphasizes that understanding these interactions between climate, physiology, and lifestyle is what transforms fear into empowerment. Knowledge becomes the bridge between vulnerability and resilience, and each decision made in conscious awareness strengthens that bridge. Imagine, for a moment, the network of arteries and veins, the subtle orchestration of blood moving through the kidneys, the delicate filtration that occurs with each heartbeat. Now imagine the cold pressing against this system, narrowing pathways, and demanding more work from organs already engaged in an extraordinary task. Without preparation, the strain accumulates, invisible yet relentless, and the body begins to whisper warnings that are too often ignored. But herein lies the beauty of deliberate action. Through simple, intentional steps, we can mitigate these risks and transform our environment from an adversary into an ally. Hydration, for instance, becomes more than a habit. It is a lifeline, ensuring the kidneys can perform their filtering duties efficiently, even as the body redirects fluids to maintain warmth. Nutrition, rest, and careful monitoring of blood pressure are not abstract recommendations. They are strategies of survival and thriving. There is suspense in realizing just how much control lies in seemingly small choices, how the difference between discomfort and stability can hinge on awareness and timely action. The challenge is tangible, but so is the power to overcome it. And as the cold season marches on, there is also the subtle psychological test, the temptation to ignore minor warning signs, to postpone self-care, to assume that nothing serious will happen. This is precisely the moment that separates resilience from negligence. By cultivating a mindset informed by Dr. Mathew R. Weir, by internalizing the principle that knowledge and vigilance are acts of love for one's own body, we can confront winter with both courage and strategy. The suspense, the quiet tension of risk that hovers in the background, is transformed into purpose. Every layer of clothing, every sip of water, every monitoring of blood pressure becomes an act of agency, a declaration that the season will not dictate your health. You will. Winter is no longer merely a challenge. It becomes a teacher, revealing the importance of preparation, patience, and consistency. The environment, once threatening in its cold, is now a reminder of the delicate miracle of kidney function and the responsibility we bear to protect it. Through awareness, daily rituals, and a commitment to informed action, chronic kidney disease patients can navigate the season with confidence, knowing that each preventive measure compounds into long-term stability. Dr. Mathew R. Weir's guidance underscores this principle, that understanding the body and its relationship with the environment is a form of empowerment, that vigilance transforms potential danger into opportunity, and that the pursuit of health is both a science and a philosophy. By embracing this approach, we do not simply survive winter, we thrive within it, mastering the subtle balance between risk and resilience, between awareness and action, and between the natural challenges of the season and the enduring strength of informed, deliberate care. As the cold season stretches on, a quiet clarity emerges for those who choose to observe and act with mindfulness. Winter, with all its stark beauty and silent challenges, is more than a test of endurance. It is a mirror that reflects how we care for ourselves, how intentional we are in protecting the intricate systems that sustain life. For chronic kidney disease patients, each day of cold exposure is an opportunity to affirm the value of vigilance, to transform routine habits into acts of preservation and empowerment. The kidneys, often unseen and underappreciated, perform the extraordinary work of cleansing the body, balancing fluids, and regulating blood pressure, and yet they are sensitive to changes in temperature, circulation, and lifestyle. By understanding these interactions, by observing the wisdom embedded in the teachings of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, we learn that prevention is not a matter of luck. It is the outcome of awareness, deliberate care, and small but consistent actions that compound over time. Imagine the impact of approaching each winter day with conscious decisions. Dressing appropriately to conserve warmth, maintaining hydration, even when the cold discourages thirst, monitoring blood pressure, and nourishing the body with foods that support kidney function. These actions are not burdens. They are demonstrations of respect for the complexity and resilience of our bodies. They are daily affirmations that our health is not passive, that it is the result of intentional choices, and that even in the most challenging seasons, we hold the power to influence outcomes. There is a subtle magic in this transformation, in converting potential risk into an opportunity for growth. Each precaution taken is an investment in stability. Each mindful habit strengthens the bridge between vulnerability and resilience. The cold, once a silent adversary, becomes a teacher that illuminates the consequences of neglect and the rewards of preparation. For those who embrace this philosophy, winter is no longer a season of worry. It is a season of empowerment, reflection, and deep appreciation for the body's capacities. Dr. Mathew R. Weir often emphasizes that knowledge alone is not enough. It is the integration of understanding into daily living that transforms risk into strength. This principle is particularly poignant for kidney health, where small, consistent actions can prevent complications and maintain equilibrium in ways that are both profound and tangible. Consider the rhythm of life during winter. The slow inhale of cold air, the subtle increase in blood pressure, the silent labor of the kidneys filtering every drop of fluid and every particle of toxin. Awareness of these processes turns every moment into a conscious decision, every step into a measure of care. The suspense, the invisible challenge of winter, resolves into empowerment when we internalize these lessons and act consistently. The season itself becomes a metaphor for life. Its hardships are inevitable, but our response, our preparation, our attention, our mindfulness, defines the quality of our experience. It is a reminder that strength is not the absence of challenge, but the ability to respond wisely and with intention. Through simple but deliberate actions, chronic kidney disease patients can navigate the harshest days with dignity and assurance, transforming potential threats into manageable realities. The cold teaches patience, respect, and humility, while our proactive care teaches resilience, foresight, and love for the self. Every measure, from hydration to nutrition, from clothing to blood pressure monitoring, is a declaration that we will not surrender to circumstance, that we will engage with life fully, responsibly, and intentionally. As viewers of this channel, inspired by the insights of Dr. Mathew R. Weir, you are invited to adopt this philosophy, to see winter not as a foe, but as an opportunity to strengthen habits, refine awareness, and cultivate a mindset that supports kidney health year-round. The essence of this practice lies in recognizing that our choices, no matter how small, reverberate through every system of the body, affecting outcomes far beyond the moment. Winter challenges the body, but it also elevates consciousness, urging us to act deliberately and with care. By embracing these principles, we honor the labor of our kidneys, protect our overall well-being, and cultivate a life that is aligned with both knowledge and action. Let every cold morning, every brisk walk, every mindful sip of water serve as a reminder of the power of awareness, the importance of vigilance, and the value of consistency. Your health is not left to chance. It is shaped by the choices you make, the attention you give, and the habits you cultivate with purpose. If you're benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.